Alright, good morning everybody. I'm back in the place I'm in my first video before I even want to share them with anybody. This is Millcreek Canyon. It's April 17th and it's been, I think, 12 days since I've last been here. So let's see what we can find. It's been rather cold. Past few days, so I don't think much is going to be changing, but regardless, let's see what we can find. Hopefully this is a right time to return back to the trail in terms of seeing how the vegetation has changed. It's been raining recently. There's some puddles on the trail, which I don't like so much, but otherwise it's pretty good outside today. The mountains out there, let's zoom in on that. Wow, looks great. Alright, I've been seeing a few invasive species like Alyssum desertorum, quite a lot actually. They seem to be the dominant ones here, unfortunately, but I also found this guy. This is Phlox longifolia. It's a native one, and it's got these petals that are kind of fused at the base right there, but then kind of bend at a 90-degree angle. 5 petals, as a lot of plants have, and it's a woody perennial plant. This is a woody stem right here. But a small guy, and there's quite a few of them on this hillside, so I like that. It's a good plant, and I want to definitely probably feature in some of my other videos. Definitely a bit of a early bloomer as well. All right, now this I like to see. We got quite a few phlox growing in this one area. Well, some of the berberis repens, another native, which I've talked about quite a lot. I even got a video on it if you want to check that out. But yeah, we got some more native species around here. That's what I like to see. All right, back to blocking and getting more test footage. Anyways, this is a forest mainly of Quercus, gambelii, and Acer grandidentatum. Actually, right on here, mostly Acer grandidentatum. I mentioned them previously, but I can't count on you guys to watch the previous videos and know that they're pretty bad. So enjoy this one hopefully more. I'm trying to sound a bit more enthusiastic. And anyways, this is mainly to capture more test footage and see how the branches look like as I move. Here, I'm going to adjust the... Okay, now this is something I'm pretty happy to see. This is Prunus virginiana. Coming into almost full leaf. It's well on its way to that process, and yeah, that's pretty much the phenological step you'd expect it to be at this time of year. It's even starting to produce its inflorescence, which by getting close I'll be able to show you. Right there. There you go, that little thing at the tip of the crown of the branch where the camera is focused on. That's going to be its inflorescence. Produce these nice white flowers, which I'll probably be able to show you in a month's time. So until then, it's got a trail for what it is. Okay, this is pretty horrific. Look at this hillside. It's just completely covered with Euphorbia myrsinides or myrtle spurge. It's just like, how do you even take care of an infestation that bad? You got to burn the whole place down, salt the earth practically. I don't think there's any hope for this place getting the help it needs anytime soon, sadly. Alright, I waited long enough to talk about this plant. This is Lomation dissectum, what I mentioned in previous videos a little bit. And it's another good plant. It's pretty common throughout this canyon and the Rockies in general. And it's a member of Apiaceae, as all the Lomatiums are, of course. And it's got this compound inflorescence, this compound umbel, as you can see right there. Yeah, pretty nice, isn't it? So it's a good plant I like a lot, and it's just starting to come into bloom in this area. It's also got the sheathing leaves, as all Lomatiums are known to have. I mentioned previously that Lomatiums are pretty hard to identify, but I know for a fact this is it. This is the only Lomation that really gets this large, and they get quite a bit larger actually. This is pretty early in the season, even though it is flowering already indeed. But yeah, I can get quite a bit larger, and I've seen the flower cycle up to like 5 feet tall in some really nicely well-watered, protected places low in the valley. Anyways, this whole canyon right here is indeed mostly limestone, but it's not got any of the really cool limestone endemics you find elsewhere from what I've noticed. Like you find elsewhere I know there's some cool limestone endemics in the Mojave, for instance, or like in Australia, and really all over the place. It's a type of rock that's harsh to live on, but so it'll naturally foster some endemics, as you might imagine. But I'm not sure of there being any in these mountains, and there is quite a lot of limestone in the north central Wasatch. Oh, there's a close-up of the Lomation dissectum inflorescence, which is pretty nice. Glad I can get this with my phone at least. I don't got a good camera for getting close-up shots yet. I shouldn't say camera, a lens I mean. I really need to get a better one. The current one I'm using is a 120 millimeter one. And it's I really need just one that can be good for landscapes, but also get quite a bit closer up than what I'm currently doing. So this hillside right here is covered with another plant I want to talk about. This is Hydrophyllum capitatum, and I talked about it previously, but it's growing much more thickly now that it's further into the spring season. It's a member of Virginianaceae, formerly Hydrophyllaceae, until the two families were basically merged. And it's got, oh, it's a cool plant. It just grows here. I don't know what else I want to talk about. It's going to produce a purple inflorescence, like a light purple inflorescence, and it'll be really cool when that happens. I'll give it another probably month or so for just to see that. But regardless, it's a good plant and it's on the trail. So I'll talk about it. So regardless, originally Hydrophyllaceae was its own family. I included Hydrophyllum and a few others, and it was known to be closely related to Boraginaceae, but it wasn't known that it was actually a subfamily, or maybe a few subfamilies, not entirely sure, that were nestled within the Boraginaceae family. So when this was discovered using genetics and whatnot, it was decided to officially merge them instead of breaking up Boraginaceae into even more families, which is the other thing you can do in this situation. You either break up the larger family or you merge them both together. Well, what do you know, I just round the corner here and I see this mountain is covered in snow. It's been like last night or past couple days. Looks really great, I like it. There we have it, I just found some snow right here on the ground. But anyways, I think I'm going to head back now, so I won't be seeing much more of that. But yeah, what I really need is a lens that can do good close-up, but also landscape. So at least a 50mm range, but able to get in quite a lot closer and focus quite a lot closer too. That's the other big thing. It just needs to focus in closer than 0.45 meters, which is what the current focus for this one is. Yeah, hopefully I can find a good one soon. It's probably gonna have to be off-brand, not Nikon, because those ones are kind of expensive. Okay, now you might think this plant is a grass, and I could see why. And it just looks like a grass, but it's actually a member of the chicory subfamily of the Asteraceae, and namely its south spire, or Trapepogon parvifolius, I think. Regardless, I'm going to pull it out because it's not native. You can see it's got this taproot on it. That thing is edible apparently, but I don't really care that much about it because I don't into foraging. I think it's kind of, not to sound like crime pays, but botany doesn't here, but I think it's kind of a goofy activity a little bit. But anyways, it's a member of chicory subfamily, so it's got only ray florets, which I'll be able to show you in about a month when they start to bloom. And it's got 5 teeth on each of the petals. And otherwise, it's just kind of an annoying invasive species. When it actually blooms, it looks like a big, or seeds, it looks like a big dandelion, which is kind of cool, but otherwise it's not a very great high quality plant, I don't think. So anyways, I'm running out of things to talk about right now. I'm kind of getting a little bored today, but I think I found some good stuff and I tried to sound a little more enthusiastic. I was expecting a lot more trees to be leafing out, but really it just seems like it's still just a Prunus virginiana, as well as some Acer grandidentatums or bigtooth maples starting to bloom. That's not very exciting. Oh, there's the Phlox again. Alright, so anyways, I'm about done filming for today. Kind of don't want to do much else and just want to go home and enjoy my day off, but it's still, we're probably have to wait a little bit longer to get some really good plants that are in bloom and leafing out, unfortunately, but whatever, maybe just another 2 weeks. It has been a bit colder than average this April, as I've said, even though spring started a little bit earlier than anticipated, I guess, or than normal. I don't know. Anyways, thanks for watching and see ya.